12 steps to a better memory. Get the time right. Simply remembering then you need to do something in the future isn't good enough if you haven't remembered at the right time. For example, if you remember a week before you should mail your IRS payment, then you need to do it. But then forget all about the task until the deadline had passed. You haven't solved the problem. One way to avoid this difficulty is to cue your attention at the right time. For example, you might take the IRS payment and physically place it on the table by the front door, or tape it to the front door if you're concerned you might overlook it on the table. If you are squeamish about taping IRS envelope to doors, you can substitute a symbolic reminder. Tape a dollar bill or stick a post-it note to the front door. The sight of that green bill or yellow paper on the door should be enough to trigger your memory that something needed to be done that day. Here are some other memory cues you can try. Place a rubber band around your wrist. Move your engagement ring to your right hand. Take off your watch and put it on your opposite wrist. Attach a safety pin to the inside of the sleeve of your shirt or dress. The profoundly absent-minded may worry that a symbolic cue isn't straightforward enough to help them remember. Use the rubber band to remind them to buy rubber band or take out the trash. Is this concern you can take a symbolic cue one step further and add a visualizing step to the process. If you want to remember to mail the IRS envelope and you put a rubber band around your wrist, then picture yourself dropping the rubber band in the mailbox. Or imagine crumbling your payment and shooting it via the rubber band at the mailbox. Remember what you are doing. Another kind of absent-mindedness occurs when you go into a room to get something and then forget why you are there. While this is one memory lapse that causes some people to truly worry about their sanity, it's actually quite common. Estimates suggest that more than half of all people experience this problem. It's simply caused by a lack of attention that can be easily remedied. Every time a thought occurs to you to go into a room to get something, simply stop for a moment and say to yourself or out loud. If you have a real problem with this, why you are going into other room? If you find yourself standing in the room without any idea why you are there, try retracing your step to where you were when you had a thought to leave the room. This form of association will often help bring your errand back to mind. Improve your awareness. The key to understanding how to cure absent-mindedness is to become profoundly aware of what you are doing here also. 1. Pause. 2. Focus your mind. 3. Anticipate your distractions. 4. Take immediate action. Pause. The first step in becoming aware is to pause before doing something you want to remember. Before going to bed or out the door, ask yourself, where am I going? What do I need to do? Stop wherever you are, breathe deeply to slow down, and take the time to think. If you are rocking your car, stop and think about what you are doing. Watch yourself as you slip the key into the lock, turn it, remove the key, and put it in your pocket. If you often find yourself losing your car in a parking lot, as soon as you park, pause briefly to record the visual cue to play you remember the place. Associate the car with a permanent cue, a tall tree, a street lamp, or a certain scene. Focus your mind. Next, concentrate on what you are doing. Consciously focus your mind on your task. Speak out loud to force yourself to attend to what you are doing. If you frequently forget to turn off the stove, make it a regular routine to go into a kitchen and slowly survey the appliances. If you look at each one, say out loud, the oven is turned up. The stove burner are turned up. The toaster oven is turned up. The coffee pot is unplugged. By speaking out loud, you are using not only your mind, but your eyes, ears, and voice to reinforce your attention. Now, when you are driving down the freeway and you suddenly ask yourself whether or not the electricity frying pan is turned up, you will remember quite clearly that it is. If you find yourself having important item behind your parking pass, your purse, your sunglasses, establish a routine before leaving the house each morning similar to the appliance drill. Line up every item you will need that day and then out loud go through each one using each of your senses. Check your appointment calendar to see what stops you will be making and assure yourself that everything you need to take with you is lined up and ready to go in a hallway before you depart. If your problem is locking your key in the car, you can also the same techniques to focus your mind. First, each time you park the car, say out, I am removing the key as you take the key from the ignition. Tell yourself that you are putting the key in your pocket as you do so. And before you lock the car, use your voice again to double check that the keys are safety in your purse, pocket, or wallet. If you still have a problem or you just don't like worrying, keep a spare car key in your purse or in a magnetic box under the hood of the car. Anticipate your distractions. Think ahead to minimize whatever is likely to distract you. For example, if you are in a hurry, you are tired, under stress, anxious, depressed, or you have a problem with automatic gestures, you are going to have a hard time paying attention and therefore will probably have a hard time staying in focus and remembering important details. Take immediate action. Do it now while you are thinking of it. Must you take a video back to the library? Mail the important letter? Put the video or the letter by the front door now. If you can avoid procrastinating, you can avoid many types of forgetfulness. Remembering quantities. Have you ever been in the midst of baking a cake and not been able to remember how many cups or flour you've already added? Or had someone interrupted you and many of you lose track while you were counting spoonful of coffee? To avoid this problem, try visualizing the quantity of flour or coffee in the measure and pour it in while saying to yourself the quantity you are using and looking at it intently. Actually, seeing the amount, the commenting on it out loud will be easier to remember than abstract. Members going through the motions triggers kinesthetic memory. And when you command on those motions, you reinforce the memory trace. You can also use a backup strategy. For every cup of flour you pour into the bowl, set aside one raisin or soup or spice jar. Each time you add another cup of flour, set aside another raisin on the counter. Then you will be able to check visually exactly how many cups you've added, even if you are interrupted several times. Recalling where you put things. If you have trouble remembering where you put things, the solution is to put everything back where it belongs all the time. This way, you won't ever have to wonder where you put your glasses, your keys, or the TV remote. Take an inventory of your home right now. Find a specific place to keep glasses, keys, medications, letter to be answered, bill to be paid, safe deposit box key. Important favors, coupons, TV remote. If you can't find things because you haven't paid attention when you put them down, there's a good strategy for locating them. It's the word retrace your steps ploy. Think back to what you are doing that led up to the act you are trying to recall. Keeping two schedules. You'll be better able to keep your life on schedule if you remember some basic routines. Routines to pay bill, take medication, or do daily tasks. Pay your bills. Do you pay all your bills in an ordinary fashion, or do they pile up on your desk until dawning notices start to appear? Whether you pay bills once a month or every week, will need a place to keep your bills until you pay them. Try putting them all in a file folder or designate one task drawer just for bills. When a bill comes in, throw it immediately into the folder or drawer. Keep your checkbook there too. That way, when bill paying time rolls around, everything will be waiting in one place. Schedule your chores. It's not hard to figure out when to do the dishes or wash the clothes, but for the chores that aren't done every day or even every week, it helps on schedule a specific time. Associating chores that are only done once or twice a year with a specific holiday can often help. Because so many people can never remember when they last changed the battery in their smoke detector, fire department have realized that linking a battery change with twice a year shift between standard time and daylight saving time would be an excellent way for everyone to remember to change their batteries before they reset their clocks. This strategy also works well with other occasional chores such as vacuuming the coil in your refrigerator, cleaning the filter in your heater or air conditioner, or vacuuming the lint from your dryer. Use your timer. For those who have trouble remembering specific duties around the house, a simple kitchen timer can work wonders. For example, when wash day comes, and some people can never remember to make the trips to the laundry room to put water softener and take out the load of wash from the dryer to put in a new load. By setting a timer to ring 15 minutes after putting in the wash, you can remind yourself to get there in time to pour in the softener. Timers can also be used to remind you when a favorite TV show is on, to make a phone call at a particular time, or to remember and to leave home to pick up your child at the babysitters. Thinking of your own strategies. These are just a few the many ways that simple everyday strategies can be used to help you remember important details around the house. If you have trouble remembering anything, the solution is simply to pay attention and act deliberately to impress the information in your mind.